জনাইছো আমাৰ এই অনুষ্ঠানটিলৈ। Good evening to all our respected guests. I, Ms. Panchali Hazarika, welcome you to the webinar series on conserving lesser known species. As a part of the 68th Wildlife Week 2022, the Forest Department of Assam has collaborated with WWF India to celebrate 8 of the lesser known species of Assam in an effort to promote the preservation and conservation of the species contributing to the national pride. Kaziranga, Amar Kaziranga Dhunyo, Prokriti Dhunia Kulat Kheli, Amar Mon Hol Punyo. Kaziranga, the epitome of the rich diversity of Assam, is also home to the Gangetic dolphin. So, the Gangetic dolphin is also the state animal, is also the state aquatic animal. Now, we have with us respected PCCF and officer. Amar Mazat ase etia Pradhan Mukhya Bon সংৰক্ষক ও বন বল অসম শ্ৰী M.K. Yadav sir তেখেতক চমু বক্তব্য দিবলৈ অনুৰোধ জনালো।
Panchali, we start at 6:30. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You can start if it's 6:30. You can start.
Ma'am, it's 6:30. Ma'am, we started.
Yes, please start.
Yeah. So, sir, am I audible? Officer?
Yes, you are. Panchali, go ahead.
Yeah. So again, I'm going to begin. সকলোকে নমস্কাৰ। মই পাঞ্চালী হাজৰিকা সকলোকে স্বাগতম জনাইছো আমাৰ এই অনুষ্ঠানটিলৈ। Good evening to all our respected guests. I, Ms. Panchali Hazarika, welcome you to the webinar series on conserving lesser known species. As a part of the 68th National Wildlife Week 2022, the Forest Department of Assam has collaborated with WWF India to celebrate 8 of the lesser known species of Assam in an effort to promote the preservation and conservation of the species contributing to our national pride. মই এতিয়া অসমীয়াত এটা ভূপেন হাজৰিকাৰ গান এটা ৰিচাইট কৰিব খুজিছো। কাজিৰঙা কাজিৰঙা আমাৰ কাজিৰঙা ধন্য, প্ৰকৃতিৰ ধুনীয়া কোলাত খেলি আমাৰ মন হল পুণ্য। Kaziranga, the epitome of the rich biodiversity of Assam, is also a home to the Gangetic dolphin. So, we shall discuss about the Gangetic dolphin, which is also the state aquatic animal. So, before beginning, I would like to request PCCF and officer to give a few words in the opening address. Sir? Officer, I think I'm not audible to him, so we'll connect to him.
Yeah, let's connect to him as soon as he becomes available. Panchali, you can introduce the two speakers.
Yeah, sure, sir.
And do that. And
Yeah.
Pallavi, please call up Dimpi.
Sir is not listening to the audio, so he's not able to make out. Yeah, I've just spoken to him. His audio is having some issues. I think.
Issues maybe. Okay, so let's continue. So we have with us our two speakers, Dr. Abdul Wakib. He's a scientist from Wildlife Institute of India, Dehradun. And we have with us Dimpi Bora, ma'am. She is IFS and DFO, Kamrup West Division. So the species that we are talking about is Gangetic dolphin. It is a species of freshwater dolphin that is found essentially in Ganga, Brahmaputra, and related rivers. So it is also the national aquatic animal, and it is also the official animal of Guwahati city. So let us know more about this species from our two speakers. So the first session will begin with Dr. Abdul Wakib. So Dr. Abdul Wakib, sir, is currently working as a scientist in the Dolphin project under Wildlife Institute of India for both the Ganges and Brahmaputra river system. So he is working on river dolphins for the last 20 years, and he's primarily based in Assam. So he is a member of IUCN Cetacean Specialist Group. And I would like to request Dr. Wakib, sir, please begin the session.
Thank you, Panchali. Good evening, everybody. Respected PCCF and HOF and Chief Wildlife Warden, Honorable M.K. Yadav, sir, Dr. Anwaruddin Chaudhary, sir, Sonali ma'am, and Director Assam Forest School, and all the participants.
Sorry, Dr. Wakid, sorry to interrupt. Hof sir is available now, so we can request for
Okay.
his opening remarks.
ठीक.
Sir, we can, sir, kindly unmute yourself, sir. We could, yes, sir. Yes, I think Hof sir is not able to hear, perhaps. Sir, if there is a unmute, if you can kindly unmute yourself, sir, on the. Sir, I will just send you the link on Telegram as well, sir. Maybe if you can join from mobile, I'll just send it there as well.
Actually, sir is not able to hear from our side.
Okay. So we should give him on the, I'll send the link to on his mobile. Maybe he can try on the mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now we
sir.
can hear
Yes,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Can
sir.
hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
नहीं जा रहा
Yes, sir.
We can hear you.
You are audible, sir.
Amit, if you can just call up, sir. We were able to hear him.
Yeah, I'm trying to speak to him. Yeah, you can join and say, yeah, thanks.
Acha, just a minute. Yeah, hello participants. I hope you can all hear me. I welcome all. If I get a response in the chat box that I'm audible, that would be very nice. One or two. Okay. Thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome Dr. Sonali Ghosh, Dr. Anodin Chaudhary, Dr. Wakib, Dimpi, Amit Sharma, and other distinguished delegates joined here in this first of the series webinar being organized by the Forest Department on the occasion of the Wildlife Week. It so happened that because of the puja holidays, we could not match up. But I must say that all my officers have taken quite a pain to see that the visibility of the Wildlife Week does not diminish in the state. And I would like to thank especially Sonali Ghosh, who has taken a lead in organizing these webinars, talking to the speakers and the topics. As you would all notice that this time, of course, this we started from last 2 years, that every day we are dedicating to one species. And here also the same thing has been done, except the fact that instead of 2 to 8, it has got shifted 6 to 13 of October. As a department and under the dynamic leadership of our Chief Minister, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, as you would be all knowing, and especially in the view of the directions of the Honorable Chief Minister in the recently concluded State Bora Wildlife meeting, where the focus has been put on conservation of species other than the rhino. And we have been able to prepare documentation for dolphins, in which Dr. Wakib has played a major role, and Dimpi has been very cooperative, and actually in fact she has been handling quite a few cases on dolphins, especially Kulsi is a hotbed of controversy, so I'm sure that she would address these issues or some of the challenges faced by her. At the same time, then we have come up with documents on hula gibbons, the golden angur, where Dr. Joshua also, I believe, is here with us. And we have done the documentation on white-winged duck, the Devha, the state bird of Assam. We have also been able to do the documentation on the eastern swamp deer. So this is just a brief list of some of the species, and of course vultures. The special focus also has been laid on the recovery plan of the vultures. So these are some of the species on which we have prepared documentation, and this year we shall unfold execution of the programs subject to our financial strength and support of Government of India, several other non-government bodies, organizations, CSR, all that put together. But I'm sure that everybody would welcome. And today probably is the first time that we are rolling out this agenda before the public. And I don't want to come between you and the speakers, as time is very short. So with these few words, and wishing you all the very best for the Wildlife Week, which we are extending it to till the 13th, and also that please spread the word around, the good work that my team led by Dr. Sonali Ghosh is doing, so that more and more people can join on this webinar. And I'm sure that my team would do a good job of letting me know what are the recommendations, and we shall take into account all that. And especially I request Dr. Anodin Chaudhary. There are a lot of work that is left. One of them is the creation of the tiger area south of Kaziranga. So there is one task that we need to finish maybe within this month. So with these few words, I thank you all, and I thank Dr. Sonali Ghosh and the organizers for giving me this platform today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. So we can now begin the session. The first session will be taken up by Dr. Abdul Wakib, sir. He is a scientist from WII, and he's a scientist in the Dolphin project under WII for Ganges and Brahmaputra river systems, and he's working on river dolphins for the last 20 years, and he's primarily based in Assam, and he's also a member of the IUCN Cetacean Specialist Group. So now I would like to request Dr. Abdul Wakib, sir, to begin the session.
Okay, thank you, Panchali. And so good evening, everybody. Respected Hof sir, Dr. Anwardin Chaudhary sir, Sonali ma'am, then Dr. Amit Sharma, and Director Assam Forest School, and all the participants. So, so I'm really happy to be the first speaker of this webinar of this Wildlife Week. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity. So I'm just sharing my screen. Just please let me know whether it's visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay. Okay. So it is visible, no?
But it's not in the slideshow mode, sir.
I think now it is.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, so I would like to highlight the status of Ganges river dolphin in Assam. As Panchali said, I've been working on this species for last couple of years, almost 20 years now, with my PhD on this species. So now it's coming to a really in a critical stage. When we started almost from zero, and now the Project Dolphin has started by government of India after a lot of efforts by a lot of people. Okay, so this is a collaborative effort by Wildlife Institute of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Assam Forest Department, and Aaranyak for the conservation of Ganges river dolphin. And I just want to highlight some of the key issues here. So as you know, it has already been mentioned that Ganges river dolphin is a national aquatic animal, state aquatic animal of Assam, cerulean species, and endangered river dolphin. So it has all the importance recognition. So dolphin is lucky on that way, and its distribution is limited to Indian subcontinent, mainly the Ganges, Brahmaputra, Meghna, and Karnataka river system of India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. So it was thought that it was earlier a land mammal. Then during the course of evolution, it became an aquatic animal. So it evolved and survived in murky water. So therefore, it's a blind river dolphin for which it uses its biosonar as detection tool for navigation or finding prey, all this. And it feeds on specific size class of fishes. And just a few other important its characteristic that females are larger than males. And since it's a mammal, so it has to come up to the water for to breathe. And its maximum size, recorded size is 2.54 meter and weight around 85 kg. But it was long back recorded by some other scientists. So just I want to, can you hear this sound? Can you hear
Yes, you are
it?
clear. You are clear.
No, I'm just playing a dolphin click. Whether it's audible?
No.
Okay, then there's some issues on that. Okay, so it has already 30% range reduction and 50% of population reduction since 1940s as estimated. And its current estimated global population is something around 3,600, but we are coming up with a new estimate. And already we have done a range-wide survey across in 8 states, and some remaining survey will be conducted in next few months, and we'll come up with the recent status of the dolphin population status. But based on this estimated global population, around 85% of the population are in India, but less than 10% are in protected area. That's a major concern. And population is locally extinct in many tributaries of Ganges and Brahmaputra. In Assam, the Bora, so functionally extinct, it has already been said. And like in Ken, Betwa, Son, Indus rivers also in North India. So there are a lot of factors or threats for the declining population of Ganges river dolphin. Net entanglement and poaching is a major cause. Then navigation or river navigation is another major factor. Then unsustainable fishing practices. Then sand mining, dredging, etc., pollution, then river training. So these are some of the threats that has been listed for declining the population of this species. So now coming to the status of that population status of the species, just I want to highlight here that how actually we do the dolphin population survey, which we have just recently completed in Ganges and Brahmaputra. So we use 3 different methods. So independent double observer method, boat in tandem, and single observer method, single boat method. Okay, so these 3 methods are actually river specific. For example, the independent double observer method, we use that method in wide river with high water depth, where large boat can navigate. But in the narrow river or where water level is really shallow or low depth, so there actually we use 2 boats in tandem, which is called we call as boat in tandem method. And that more narrow river with very low water depth, there we used a single boat survey. So there's 3 different methods. So we did a lot of experiments on these different methods, and finally we standardized these methods across India. And we have been working on this method since 2009-10, and finally this is coming up as a standardized method. So okay, so in Brahmaputra, because it's a large river with adequate water depth, therefore we used independent double observer capture recapture method. This is a particular boat dedicated for the dolphin survey and conservation works in Brahmaputra, which I designed and constructed in almost 11 years back, and it is still functioning in Brahmaputra. So here I just briefly want to show you how we do the survey. So we use 2 survey teams at the same time. So 2 visual observer teams at the same time is with 2 observers and 1 data recorder, and both the teams are separated with this one, and so that their observation remain independent to each other. This is we are doing to address the perception bias of dolphin, because the river dolphin abundance estimate is really complicated process. Therefore, we use double observer based capture recapture method, and based on the sighting time, sighting distance, sighting angle, and GPS location of observer, we determine whether it's a matched or unmatched dolphin. And at the same time, we also use the hydrophone from the almost 100 meters away from the boat. We deploy 2 hydrophones, 2 pairs of hydrophones actually. So which act as or which we use to address the availability bias. Okay, so so these 2 perception bias and availability bias. So so that means in the boat at the same time there are 3 observer teams, 2 visual and 1 acoustic. And along with that, we also use different sensors to determine the water depth, then different water quality parameters. So depth and width and all different parameters we also record at the same time. And along with the dolphin survey, we also record the other animals, but that by dedicated observer and data recorder for associated animal survey. These 6 observers are completely dedicated for the visual observation only. So just I want to highlight few dolphin hotspots in UP and Bihar. So you can see that in Buxar, actually the dolphin hotspots in UP started almost from Allahabad and almost near Allahabad. Then from there, or the Prayagraj, then Buxar, then Balia, Chapra, and in Bihar, there are really good numbers of dolphins because all the Gandak, Koshi, Gagra, so all those rivers are actually discharging into the Ganges there. And here you can see all the red spots, which are actually high dolphin abundant areas. And in West Bengal, you can see from the Farakka to Gangasagar. So we do the survey up to almost Haldia port. And there you can see all the very high dolphin abundant areas, dolphin hotspots. I'm just showing you the dolphin hotspots because the numbers will come after, I think, within this year. And in Assam also, so dolphin hotspots, here you can see all the red marks. So where dolphin hotspots are. So near Disangmukh, then in Kaziranga, obviously, then near Silgat to Bomraguri, then Guwahati is another hotspot of dolphin, then Gwalpara. Gwalpara Jukigupa is another dolphin hotspot in Brahmaputra. So, so we have just recently completed this Assam survey that by WII in association with Aaranyak and Assam Forest Department as a part of Project Dolphin. So Assam Forest Department was very much part of this, and you can see here our state nodal officer, Mr. Arun Vignesh, also with our team. So like that, we also conducted our survey in West Bengal, then Bihar, then Jharkhand, then UP, MP, then Punjab. So this is that. So next is that we are also trying to understand that habitat ecology of Ganges river dolphin. That is because it is one of the most difficult species to understand. So as a part of that, we have did extensive study in 92-kilometer river stretch in Kaziranga National Park, mainly under 6th edition of Kaziranga National Park up to Bomraguri Bridge. Then 60-kilometer stretch from Gwalpara to Dhubri, and 60-kilometer stretch in and around Guwahati. I mean from Saraigat, 30-kilometer upstream to 30-kilometer downstream. So interesting information are coming out from these studies. And so these of the studies have shown that how important that different habitat or different river geomorphological features. For example, the confluence, we found maximum dolphins there in the meanders and downstream of Mid-Channel Island in comparison to wide channel or narrow channel or braided channel. So we mainly found the dolphins in those. So this type of couple of interesting ecological information coming up. Then this is an example of how actually we are getting the different habitat or different dolphin behavioral characteristics in different habitats. For example, in the Gwalpara to Dhubri, so Gwalpara Dhubri is a disturbed habitat, whereas the Kaziranga is almost undisturbed habitat. In Kaziranga, you can see the dolphin from morning almost 6 o'clock to 6 p.m. or 12 o'clock in the day in the high peak activity time. Whereas in Gwalpara, you can see the peak activity time in the morning and in the evening. In the mid of the day, so less activity because of human disturbances, but in Kaziranga, it's a reverse. So that type of different type of habitat characteristics and dolphin behavior we have been observing or recording. Next is that traits of dolphins of Assam. So what are the traits actually we have recorded so far? So one of the major reason is dolphin oil bait fishing. So there is a particular fisherman community who use dolphin oil. Sometimes instead of dolphin oil, they also use alternate oil. We also tried with them with the alternate oil. But you can see how dolphin oil can attract the fishes in the photograph. So that is one reason dolphin accidental or deliberate killing is going on. So therefore, so we have investigated that cause, and we have found that the evidence which we have also published in this journal that continuous use of dolphin river dolphin oil, and how we can actually check with that. So, but one major now option what we have, or I've been observing is that close monitoring of the oil bait fishing and alternate livelihood to that particular fishermen communities may be a solution, because they are not very large numbers. So we need to address this. Next is the accidental killing of dolphin through fishing net entanglement. This is not only in Brahmaputra, but across Ganges and also in marine dolphin, that accidental killing of dolphin, because they are blind river dolphin. So they use echolocation. Sometimes the fishing gears are such that echolocation that doesn't work, for which dolphin get entangled and they died. In Brahmaputra, as per our record in 2008 to 22, almost 80% dolphin mortalities are through fishing net entanglement. Therefore, this is a major cause. And because monofilament gill nets and that type of gill nets are difficult for dolphin to detect. And this is a really serious concern. So we are experimenting with pingers to reduce that or prevent this trait. And we experimented this in Brahmaputra with the help of pinger, 70 kilowatt pingers we used. And this is an experiment how actually here actually we have shown. I've shown that how actually we did the study in for almost 6 weeks. So in this study, what we have seen that when we use the pingers, so 90% of dolphin decline near the net. But we also need some more studies, because we have seen a difference in between the reaction in between the adult and calf reaction to the pingers. The pinger is showing very effective in marine system, but in the river system, whether it is effective or not. So we have experimented that, and we have published that in scientific reports. This is one of the leading journal, that they are effective in reducing net entanglement in the river dolphin. But we need to experiment it with the real fishermen to show how they are actually behave. They behave with that. So therefore, second stage of finger experiment will start. But I've seen that as a this thing as a measures to stop this. Then boat traffic, that underwater soundscape, because it's a the river dolphin is blind, so use echolocation, but there is an underwater noise from the boat engine, and this is across the world. This is happening. So in Brahmaputra also, in Hooghly, in Ganges also, we have recorded different types of boat sound. So if you can hear this sound, I don't know, can you hear this? Can you hear this sound?
No, we can't.
Okay, you can tell. Okay, anyway, that means that basic thing is that if we when we hear a boat sound, whatever level of sound we are hearing in that surface water, but underwater it intensity increases up to 5 times. So that way it affects the dolphin echolocation pattern. Okay, so here you can see all different types of, but this is an experiment we did in Hooghly River with different types of boat and how they are affecting the dolphins. So therefore, once the boat coming to a particular dolphin habitat, then that ambient noise increases up to certain level. So therefore, we need to be a little careful with that, because in Assam now, a lot of marine engines have been introduced, new Roro ferries, all this. So we need to understand out how underwater noise impacting the dolphin, or how we can prevent that. Then another issue is that the Kulsi River, as Hofsar has already said, that this is a very critical stage in Kulsi River. So Dimpi Bora madam, she will also explain on that. I just want to highlight that how Kulsi River has been affecting the dolphin population in Kulsi River. So you can see in that graph, 2005 to 2012, the dolphins are mainly congregated in the first 15 or 20 kilometer stretch of the river, okay, near Kukurmara and all. But after that, gradually they are being displaced to the downstream. So in our last 2021 survey, what we have seen, that dolphins are migrating, or dolphins are localized in the lower part of the Kulsi River, instead of its first 15-20 kilometers, they are now shifted to the downstream. And one of the major reason is that that water level in Kulsi River is really now low, and in 35 location of Kulsi River, we recorded water depth as less than 1 meter. and in 9 locations, almost no water. So in winter season, so therefore, and there are almost 14 bridges. So almost fragment type of dolphin population in Kulsi River. But interesting thing is that despite of all these threats, all these pressures, dolphins are still there in Kulsi River. They are not leaving the river. And in winter, 2-3 dolphins, they trap or they stranded in near Kukurmara. And in summer again, water level went down and they again moved to the other side. And a lot of different activities are going on in Kulsi River, like that railway road and rail come bridge, road and rail bridges. In Kukurmara, you can see it's almost like an acoustic barrier, a barrier for dolphin during winter that industry has established. Okay, then water channel has shifted from the Kulsi, Kukurmara toward Chaigaon. So a lot of things has been and industries have been established in the riparian zone. So therefore, a lot of effects have been going on in Kulsi River. So the matter is really crucial or critical. And then one expert committee has been working on this, and Dimpi Bora MC will also explain on that. Then coming to that, some of our initiative for community engagement and awareness in dolphin conservation, because the local community is very important in conserving the dolphins, because most of the dolphin inhabited areas during winter time, it's normally far away from the mainland. Okay, so riverside community is very important to aware them and engage them. So one of our initiative is Dolphin Conservation Network, which I established in December 2007. In December 2007, we actually the Dolphin Conservation Network is nothing but a group of members, local community youths. There are 60 community youths spread in 30 locations across Assam. Those 30 locations are important dolphin hotspots, and we have identified them in 2005, 6, and 7. And in 2007 December, we conducted that first training in Kulsi during the time of MC Malakar sir, when he was the PCCF Chief Wildlife Warden during that time, and Bonal sir was there. So we had our first training there, and this network is still active. They have been doing really good job in protecting the very remote area dolphin habitats, and they are the information giving to us and during the mortality or any other threats, and really helping us in a lot of ways. So just a few highlights. That's because it's very difficult due to high demand of dolphin carcass for extracting oil. So it's a high demand to, or it's very difficult to rescue the carcasses. Okay, so our DCN members, they have helped us to secure almost 77% of dolphin carcasses, reported dolphin carcasses in 2008 to 21. Then they also reported the mortalities, and accordingly, we, in association with concerned DFOs, we are monitoring all those activities, and they are giving really good help on all this. And because of the initiative of DCN, the dolphin population in those areas where there are poaching or killing were going on, and they've been reduced significantly. Then another is dolphin yatra, because in the riverside area, we really want to aware the community, but it's most of the time it's really difficult to approach them, mainly in the chore areas and all. So therefore, we use our boat, and we have an education team to conduct that drama and poster presentation in the riverside, and where lots of local community people, they participate with us. And these are some of the activities of Dolphin Yatra, how students are engaging with this, and that the new generation and also the old generation, they are also participating in these activities. And another very important activity is the fishermen awareness campaign, because the fishermen are the key stakeholders for conserving the dolphins, and they are the first informer, or they are getting the dolphins. They work with the dolphins actually, because the dolphins and fishermen, they live almost together like that. Because in Brahmaputra, sometimes we use that cube, because if there are, we can see the fishermen fishing in the particular area, then we can assume that dolphins are there. Okay, and therefore the dolphins sometimes get net entanglement, and fishermen, they can prompt on this to relieve the dolphin. Therefore, we work with the fishermen also to this. So these are some of the activities and the status and the threats of dolphins in Assam. And we really need to work for the conservation of the river dolphins in Assam, because the Brahmaputra is really an important dolphin habitat, major dolphin habitat in the world. If we compare, because I have been working in both Ganges and Brahmaputra, and have seen the dolphins across the Indian, across the India. So what I have seen, the Brahmaputra, the water depth, and that is really good in terms of dolphin, and disturbance is really low, pollution level is really low. Therefore, we have really good scope that the dolphin population can flourish here. For us, the biggest example of declining is the Yangtze River dolphin. That Samuel Tarvi is one of my friends. So they worked really hard. The Chinese government, they really worked hard to conserve the Yangtze River dolphin, but it was too late. And it was the biggest tragedy of the century, and the largest extinction of the largest mammal in the earth. So therefore, we also need to work really hard to conserve these species in Assam, in Brahmaputra, which will be the pride for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable, for sharing your valuable knowledge. We would be greatly benefited from this, from your talk. Thank you so much. We'll have questions at the end of this second session. So please be connected, sir. Now we have with us Dimpi Bora, ma'am, IFS DFO Kamrup West Division. Madam is the Divisional Forest Officer of the Kamrup West Division, and she is also the first lady of Assam to join the Indian Forest Service. And she has served in 3 wings of the Forest Department of Assam, that is Wildlife, Territorial and Social Forestry. And she was also the CEO of the Bamboo Mission for 2 years. So I would now request Madam to please start the session.
Thank you, Panchali. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, audible.
Yeah. Sorry, due to some technical problem, I couldn't present our presentation. Yeah. So, as told by Dr. Wakib, since my division, within my division, this Kulsi River falls, so I will all my whatever I will speak, it's all will be related to Kulsi only. So in Kamrup West Division, we have this beautiful Kulsi River, which starts from Ukiam, which enters like Kamrup district from Meghalaya at Ukiam, and it's a 76-kilometer long river, and it discharges into Brahmaputra at Nagarbera. So, as told by Dr. Wakid, we have some very important hotspots like Somoria, Nagarbera, then in Chaigaon, Palghat. These dolphins are easily visible, even if we most of the time, whenever tourists or some officials they visit, almost all of them they can see the dolphins, and we have sighted it many a times. So why, first thing is that why dolphins this Kulsi is so suitable for dolphins. First of all, it's there is an ample availability of its food, which is it's a variety of fishes, and then second is it has good connections with the wetlands, and third is that though there are some mortality rate of dolphins, but you can never find any kind of poaching of dolphins in Kulsi River. So, so this is a very positive development. But in recent time, if we see the report of WII, which is a report submitted in February 2021 by WII, and it's a CAMPA funded. It's being funded by CAMPA. So if we see, there is a there's a decrease in that population of dolphin if we consider it from 2013 till 2021, And even though the recent report is not yet official, but whatever information I got from Mr. Wakib, and even my in the recent survey, even my range officers, my forest staff were also were also there in the. So there's a decrease in the population. So there are few reasons, like as per the report. One is illegal mining, and second is destruction of its natural habitat by some constructions like ITC construction, and then gates. They have also, there are many bridges over Kulsi River, which is also hampering their natural habitat. So so these are few the reasons due to which there's a decline in the population. But if we go through the reports, like during my tenure of 1 year 3 months, uh, total that happened total three number of dolphin death has occurred. And in the forensic science laboratory report, for two dolphins, where the death occurred during the month of July last year, and the cause was organophosphate poisoning. And in Kamrup, this organophosphate poisoning, carbofuran poisoning, this is very common. Even for vulture death also, it was furadon poisoning. So in dolphins also, in the case of dolphins also, as per FSL report, it was organophosphate poisoning. And in another one, in case of another dolphin, it was due to infection by one bacteria. So we have to consider these points also, because uh, uh, if it's that is happening due to organophosphate poisoning, so it could be due to the industrial affluence, or maybe due to use of excessive pesticides in agriculture. So so these points also we have to consider. And one more problem which we have been facing is this illegal sand mining. So so from time to time, we have been trying to regulate, to restrict these illegal mining. And plus what there are few short term measures, there are few long term measures. So just I'll brief you what are the interventions made by the department, by this division. First, what we observe that 80% of the population, nearby population, like the population of forest villagers which is residing in the nearby Kulsi, nearby in the Kulsi area, their 80% is dependent upon sand mining. So so for that, what we did, so then we thought of providing them alternative source of livelihood. For example, in Kulsi, we have started training the forest villagers in bamboo jewelry making and handicraft. So as of now, 25% has already been trained. 20, they have been undergoing the training with the help of DC handicraft, and also our PISA has supported us. So this is one thing. And earlier also, with the help of State Bamboo Mission, we have trained these people. And now, as of now, uh, a group of 25 people, uh, they have been trained 2 months back, but now after 2 months, they have earned more than I think as of now, their income, they have earned 1,10,000 like that from this bamboo jewelry making. So so our aim is, in future, if we can shift their source of livelihood to some other activity. Like if we talk about bamboo plantation and processing cluster, then there is a huge opportunity, because for agarbatti industries and others, bamboo is in huge demand. So so even and in our campa guidelines also, there is a mention ki with like now we have to do plantations involving JFMCs, so they can be benefited a lot if we are going to make these Loharghat area and then Kulsi area in proper bamboo clusters. So department is trying hard in this direction, and even we have spoken to Rabha Hassan Autonomous Council also to fund for this. Next another problem is that another thing is that though most of the people they are uh, uh, dependent on agriculture, but thing is that only agricultural activities is not sufficient for running a family. So that's why either half of the population is into this sand mining, or in or they keep on encroaching the forest area. And in the recent in the recent period, last 10 years, that encroachment rate has also been increased. So what we have done is we have again trained another 50 people in beekeeping, because beekeeping is an activity through which like they can again get some additional source of income apart from agriculture, so that they won't get diverted into sand mining or anything related to anything related to for example, if they are into this commercial cultivation of betel nut or this banana on riverside, then also what is happening, they are using that irrigation pump. So even irrigation pump is equally damaging, because for irrigation or for sand mining, the pump used is same only. So to reduce that thing also, we have started giving training to the forest villagers in scientific beekeeping, so that they can earn some additional income. Next, whenever many a times we have interacted with the people who came for compounding of offenses. Like we keep on we so far we have already done offense against more than 400 500 vehicles. So when people approached us for compounding of offenses, then many times I have asked these young guys ki whether like why they are into this sand mining business. So what's their qualification? So most of them, they said ki I am ninth pass or I am 10th pass, maximum 12th pass, but after that they never go for doing graduation, or they never means most of them never opted for getting a graduation degree like that. So then we thought ki why not providing these because see, for choosing a career option, the students of these nearby villages, they have to we have to consult, and like we have to provide them proper guidance. Since it's all dominated by Rabha community, then we thought ki because most of the time we have seen that these tribal people are very much into this paramilitary and military service, they are very much influenced by these services. Then we thought of interacting them with these CISF military forces like CRPF, then army, and then paramilitary forces. So uh, uh, like this year during the month of February, we have invited inspector from CISF. He has explained this students from 8th to 10th, like what are the benefits of going what are the benefits they will be getting if they join paramilitary or military services, and what are the physical standards required. So but we have seen that key now, if we can divert this students like from 8th to 10th, if we can divert these students to some other to some other services, or maybe to other exams like UPSC, APSC, then like earning from sand mining, uh, it won't come to their mind. So this is another initiative which we have taken. So this is for providing alternative source of livelihood, additional, and for changing their career. And apart from that awareness meeting, we have conducted it from time to time, like during the celebration of wildlife week, or even environment day also. We always focus on conserving this dolphin, and not only dolphin, other wildlife of that area. Like, this area is full of beautiful birds, like adjutant storks, and then even it has a wide variety of wildlife like snakes, and even orchids also. So we have make all the people aware from time to time. And regarding dolphin also, we like few months back, we organized one cycle rally in association with Bonya Bandhu and NGO. And even many a times the Dr. Wakit and his team, they were also being involved. And even though this time this National Dolphin Day, we couldn't celebrate it on 5th due to some unavoidable circumstances, but again on 10th we'll be celebrating it. And one awareness program will be organized for making them aware about the habitat, and like what are the benefits, why conservation of dolphin is essential for them as well. So this idea is there. And even we are exploring the possibility or of converting this area into ecotourism zone. Like we have now 150 years old Kulsi IB, right? So few of the young generation, they can be engaged into this ecotourism thing. Even river based, dolphin based tourism, that can also be promoted. So we are thinking on that line also. And last one is that key our regular activity is that we need to restrict the illegal happening, whatever is being happened. So we have seized more than 150 like sand pumps, and then more than 500 vehicles where we have done offense for that. So this is our regular duty which we have been doing. And apart from that, like recently that dolphin survey has been done by the department along with WII, and even Aaranyak has also participated. So next, when even people are also very aware, and they also want to conserve this entire habitat. So once we got one petition from the public as well, for which I have written to I wrote to Dr. Wakid ki let's do something. Then he said ki we need technical expertise also for the same. Then after that, our DC Kamrup, the then DC Kamrup, Mr. Karthik, he has constituted a committee in which there were professionals from IIT Guwahati, then Tejpur University, then from Aaranyak, then Dr. Wakid was also there. Even from forest side, I was there. So this committee has suggested few long-term measures and few short-term measures. So again, like officially also, though we have to means it is under process. Like even department is also doing its level best to conserve this species. And we are very hopeful, and we think along with other organizations, district administration, we will definitely able to conserve this species. So this all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us with your talk, and especially especially talking about the involvement of local community in the protection of the species. Now I would like to ask few questions, just one or two questions, since we have just 5 minutes time. So the first question I would like to ask Dr. Abdul Wakib sir. This is from Bratati Ray from the audience. She has asked that how do they determine the number of dolphins found in that particular area, as no one can determine the total number?
Yes, so that method I've already explained, and I've already said that this is one of the really difficult jobs among the wildlife for different species, that we land animal comparatively easy or easier in an underwater animal. So because we have found that most of the time they remain underwater. Okay, so there are two types of bias: perception bias and availability bias. Okay, so because earlier in 2005, 2008, so because I have conducted the survey from 2005 onwards. So in 2005 and 2008, we have very simple method. It is called direct sighting method. Okay, so only 2 observers on the recorded, but there's always a chance of missing the dolphin. Okay, then we experimented that during that time, a lot of developments in river dolphin population estimation method has been developing across the world, like for the Amazon river dolphin, for the Chinese river dolphin, in Pakistan also. Okay, so across the world, the developments were going on. And we also started that process in Assam. During that time, ZSL, Biological Society of London, then Wildlife Institute of India, during the time I was working with Aaranyak, Wildlife of India joined with us. Then, one expert from Japan, so Tomonari Ekamachu, he also joined. Okay, so then we experimented with underwater acoustic device, specific acoustic device. We used ATAC, acoustic tag. Okay, so acoustic tag is similar, something like the camera trap kind of. And we also increases or we enhanced from the simple direct sighting method to capture recapture method. We experimented with different survey methods and finally coming up with all this. And from that method, and it is really difficult, or it is therefore we can never say that we are doing that absolute abundance estimate. This is a relative abundance estimate, and in the river there are different geomorphological features. Okay, so therefore we give it abundance estimate. Okay, so accordingly, suppose that abundance estimate in Brahmaputra earlier was something around 650, or before that it is something like 250, like 264, something like that. Okay, so that way actually we do the survey, and I have already explained that how we use different boats for doing the survey. We always do the survey in a passing mode, not the chasing mode. So there are different types of survey methods for assessing the abundance. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully, Bratati Rai has received her answer. Now, I would like Dimpi Bora ma'am to respond to one of the questions. Like, after involving the local communities, do you think that the number of sightings have increased near the Kulsi River?
This development is very recent. So, it's like 4-5 months back, the training has just completed. So, for answering this question, I think next year I can answer in a better way, because this time, like, if this time the report is like 15. So, if next year it's suppose it's coming as 17. If two population has also increased, then also I can say ki, okay, since I have diverted few people to some other livelihood sources, so like population, at least two number of dolphins have increased. So now just 6 months have passed since they got the training, so it will take another 1 year actually. And just I forgot to mention one thing, we have written to WII for giving some technical expertise on this, whether because earlier we used to have mahal areas in these like Kohua, Bahatpur and these areas. But then again, this time what WII has suggested ki we should go for a conservation plan, and we should study it for 1 year, and along with hydrology, hydrology department, we have to like study, and then after that only we can come to a conclusion whether like no illegal mining can be done or not. But so far, due to as reported by WII, we first we have to study. So as of now, no legal mining is happening in that proper Kulsi, that zone, Kulsi zone, and inside the RF.
Thank you, madam.
Just can I add one thing? Because I have seen the Bias River. I have conducted a survey in Bias River in Punjab. Okay, so this is not Ganges River dolphin, but Indus River dolphin. There are hardly 5-6 dolphins are there. Okay, so our last survey will confirm how many dolphins. But and in comparison to that, in Kulsi there are say 20 dolphins, 25 dolphins. So it's a big in number. So if we can conserve it really, it will be really very helpful, because I have seen how the Punjab government is doing to protect dolphins. They are in the just few numbers of dolphins, and we can. Thank you. Something.
Yeah, can I come in with a question? This is Amit Sharma here.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Very directly to Abdul, Wakib, with all the experiences, I would like to know, seeing what is happening in Kulsi, the effects of constructions, river diversions, and water flow changes, with all the planned constructions in the main channel of the Brahmaputra, which is likely to affect entire water flow systems, water availability and everything, how do we foresee that it's going to affect the habitats of dolphin, their distribution, and ultimately their survival? So if we foresee some risk, how to mitigate that? That will be a bigger channels for the future as I see it. So I'd like to know something on it, which can go into our preparedness for the next stage. Thank you.
Yes. So thank you. Very valid question. Actually, I'm really concerned with this because a lot of development activities have been going on or being planned for Brahmaputra. Okay, so we need to be very careful. That's what actually I'm, because for last my 22 years experience, I have seen a really dangerous future, frankly speaking. Okay, because in Ganges, I have seen how water flow, diversion of water flow or different water development projects like the dams and barrages have fragmented the population. Like we started the survey from the Bijnor to Narura to Kanpur, all the way, and we couldn't use a larger boat, okay, up to Patna. It's really difficult. In Brahmaputra, still we are lucky that our large boat can go up to Wiramgar, Arunachal border. But there are a number of developmental projects are being planned or going on, like the bridges, then different other activities. So it will affect the system in a complete different way. We need to be very careful with that because I'm associated, not associated, indirectly. For sometimes I'm getting some requests to get the advice on that some different development projects like the bridge and all in Brahmaputra. And every time I learn on that, but finally I have seen that nobody is listening on that. Okay, because I have seen how in Brahmaputra, how the bridge construction has fragmented the population, although it's temporary. Okay, so although we till now it says to be safe, but it's not just like this. So we need to be very careful with that, and most probably we are coming with all these things that how it's really dangerous. It's going to be dangerous in Brahmaputra. Okay, so we need to plan it very carefully, all the developmental activities. Otherwise, and always the construction companies, they always try to not to focus on those environmental hazards on the dolphins. But we need to, and we have already warned them a couple of times, but we need to ensure that they follow those measures properly. Okay, and it should be very concern on the dolphins because it's a flagship species. And if there's 1 or 2 dolphin dies or few dolphin dies, it will be a big concern for everybody.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, madam. Now, since we have exceeded nearly 10 minutes of our allotted 1 hour, so we have now come to an end. So we had 2 very informative sessions today, and both of which will be impactful for all the students, researchers, and locals and people from the forest department towards knowing this lesser known species that is the Gangetic dolphin better and promoting conservation of the species. Now, I would like to thank CCF Madam, REWP, Dr. Sonali Ghosh for her encouragement, Director AFS Jalukbari, Mr. Suhas Kadam, and his team for providing the logistics support, and team WWF India and Guwahati office for the technical support. And again, I would like to thank our guest speakers today, Mr. Abdul, Dr. Abdul Wakib sir, and Mrs. Dimpi Bora ma'am. Thank you so much for your support. And now do tune in tomorrow, same time. Yet another engaging webinar is there on another charismatic species. Thank you, and we'll wrap up the session now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.